Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, this is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 21st to the 31st, 2018 reading for you. So I'm going to shuffle and meditate. Well, I've already shuffled and meditated upon the cards. I'm going to shuffle and meditate on them a bit more for you guys. I also ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the channel, because that's the way you guys let YouTube know that you're liking the videos, and we can keep these videos going up for free for hopefully ever. So please remember to like and subscribe. All right, so Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, with January 21st to 31st, 2019 hold for you. What is January 21st to 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st hold for Aries? 2019. What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? Show me clearly. Show me clearly. What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? Show me clearly. Show me clearly. All right. What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? What is January 21st to the 31st, 2019 hold for Aries? Show me clearly. Show me clearly. All right, fantastic. Well, you fell out first. Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. So that was beautiful. So since that card just popped out, obviously it's time to stop. There are a lot of people around you, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Look at that. Going to do the 3 clarifying cards again, because I kind of like that. I thought it brought a lot of information to the reading. Okay. All right, Aries. So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of people here. There's a sense for some of you, you're going to be finding that love partner that you've been hoping for. For others of you, you're going to be having kind of a disagreement where you're not going to be seeing eye to eye with somebody who you normally always see eye to eye with. So be prepared for that for some of you. It could be with a partner, because that's the way I see when I have the king and the queen of the same suit in the same reading. It could be with a lover. It could be with, you know, with somebody you are in a partnership with. It could be that the partnership is for work or, you know, at home. Whatever that may be, there seems to be a bit of a rift here between the two of you. And this could be between a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces, because we do have the king and queen of cups here. But this could also be they have a water sign in their chart, or they're usually very loving, caring, nurturing people. And this kind of disagreement isn't what you had expected from the situation. So keep that in mind. You also have air signs around you, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius right here, represented by the Queen of Swords and then the Knight of Swords. So this could be somebody who is helping you know your mind, helping you know where you want to be, and kind of urging you to go and act. You are also really embracing your mind, what you want within your heart and your mind for these 11 days, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. So do know that as you are moving forward, as you are embracing what you want, Aries, there are going to be some challenges along the way, but there are also going to be some people around you who really do help lift you up, because you're changing things around. You are here with the 6 of Swords. You're moving forward. You're sitting there and saying, you know what, it's time to move on. You have the 6 of Pentacles here, so you're balancing out everything. You're taking everything in. You're looking at the situation very kind of profoundly. Know that with the repeat number of the number 6, that can mean that you try things 6 times before they really start to take off. It could be the 6th day that you really see changes start to come in. It could be, you know, the 6th month, so that could be June, that you really see that all your hard work is starting to pay off. I know that's putting it in the far in the future, but I would see this in the count of 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, sometimes 6 hours, if things really start to happen kind of quickly after, you know, you hear this video. So do know that that is something here. With the number 6 being repeated twice, I do see this as a sign around family, around those who are nearest and dearest to you, a very nurturing person is probably somebody that we're talking about here with the King and Queen of Cups. But for some of you, it's going to be after this strife, after this hard time, that you really start to meet this person who you're absolutely falling in love with. But for others of you, it's going to be a love that is going to be a little bit on the rocks at this moment. So not for everybody. Again, this is a general reading. If something that I say does not resonate with you, or you hear it and you're like, Dane, that is so wrong, I don't even know, then this means that this video, this particular video, was not for you. It could be that your message is coming from another YouTube reader. It could be that you have to check your moon sign, your ascendant sign, or your sun sign, depending on how you are looking at these videos. So do know that the cards are for a general reading. So every single message is not going to resonate with every single person. And for that, I do apologize, but it also is kind of just the way of the game as it goes with reading tarot cards. All right, so you're starting off with you shining through, which I absolutely love. I love that you jumped out of the deck. So you have here, Aries, that you are coming through as the Page of Wands. So this is somebody who is learning. You're learning a lot in these 11 days. You are taking in your knowledge, you are taking in your understanding, and you are really sitting there and saying, how do I move forward? What is it that I want? How is it that I want to get there? Now, this can also signify a Leo or a Scorpio, a very young energy around you. So it could be for some of you that you have a young Leo or a young Scorpio. It could even be not a Scorpio, Sagittarius. It could even be a young Aries around you who is helping you move forward. But you're looking at things, you're seeing things differently, questions are being asked, and you are really seeing where it is that your passion lies, where it is that you want to be, how it is that you want to move forward. So know that for these 11 days, Aries, there's going to be a lot of questions being asked. There's going to be ways that you are trying to figure out your footing. You're trying to figure out where you stand within a situation. You're looking at things differently. You're really using your mind, your heart to guide you forward. Don't be discouraged by all the questions that you're asking. Don't be discouraged that people might sit there and say, what's wrong with you? Why are you asking all these questions? Just go and do. No, you're gathering up information. The pages for me are student cards. They're also messenger cards. So you're going to be also getting a message from the divine, from the universe. It's going to be a personalized message. So it's going to mean something very it is going to mean something very personal to you. So I just stopped to kind of listen to spirit just for a moment when I see here that it has to do with something that you really, really love. It has to do here with something that is going to bring you a sense of peace, a sense of prosperity, and you're going to want things to move faster than they actually are. What you're going to be getting, Aries, is a message that you're still on the right course. So even though you might be frustrated, even though at times you might sit there and say, oh my gosh, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? Where are things going? You're going to be getting a message from the divine, from the universe, that tells you that you are on the right course. Now, your next card is the Queen of Swords. This can represent a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, but this is also, because this reading is about you, this is also representing you. So for this representing a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, this is going to be somebody who very much speaks their mind, who cuts through doubts and fears, can have a tendency to be a bit too blunt, because air signs, their mind works so fast that sometimes they sit there and they say things and other people take it as them being blunt, and they're just sitting there, they're like, no, it's just the facts. So there is going to be a warning for you to kind of watch your tongue a little bit, or, don't take what somebody says to heart, because they're not going to mean it that way. And don't let your words become so blunt that other people sit there and they say, oh my gosh, Aries, you're mad at me, or things kind of get blown out of proportion because of that. I hope you understand, because it is something that has to do with words, has to do with the way people are understanding, the way that the communication is coming. There's also a sense here, Aries, of you kind of guarding your thoughts a little bit, which I think is very prudent, because you see here the chainmail on her head. You are guarding your thoughts. You are really looking at things. You're really deciding where it is that you want to go, how it is that you want to be perceived. You're really embracing your passion and how you want to move forward on this earthly plane, and what it is that you want. So you're looking at things differently at work, you're looking at things differently at home, you're seeing new opportunities, new plans come your way. So as you're embracing that, as you're understanding that, there's a sense here of cutting through doubts and fears. And sometimes this could say that you have been kind of tiptoeing around a truth with somebody, and it could be this water sign here that I'm seeing, somebody that you really like, you really respect, you really honor their opinion, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. Sometimes you just have to say it. You just have to rip off the bandage and say what needs to be said, because this something is something that has been building up for a while within you, Aries, and you don't want it to be something that kind of just explodes out of you. You want it to be something that can be talked about, that people can, understand where you're coming from and sit there and say, oh, okay, that's fair. I completely think that that's reasonable, and I'm going to move forward. We're going to move forward from this moment. This is also saying here that you need to keep your independence. Do not sacrifice yourself for another person's happiness. Do not sit there and say, oh, okay, I can just do more and more and more and more till you can't move because of the responsibilities that you're carrying or because of the burdens that are being placed on your shoulders. You need to keep your independence. You need to keep your identity. You need to keep yourself moving forward with a sense of freedom, with a sense of being like this bird flying in the sky, being like this bird on the throne, being able to move forward and being able to embrace exactly what it is that you want. There is going to be a way here that you understand your mind more than ever before, moving forward in majesty of self. There is something that you have to let go of. Now, I'm seeing this, and when I look at, I know I'm jumping ahead, when I look at these two cards, usually I would sit there and say, this is beautiful. You have the King and Queen of Cups. This means love that is coming into your life. For some of you, yeah, it is going to mean love that is coming into your life. But for others of you, this is a drift. You see how their backs are turned to each other? And that's the first thing that I saw when I looked at the cards. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's some sort of drift here that is happening for you, Aries, that you are going to feel is rather overwhelming at times, isn't where you want to be. It could be that, there has been words that have been said in the past, and you've kind of carried them with you here. Because we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is all about, for me, it's all about taking your mind, your understanding, and moving forward. It's all about understanding what it is that you desire, leaving something behind that is just too heavy a cross for you to bear, having here the angels help you, guide you forward, lead you to where it is that you want to be. You are walking away from a place that you once thought you would love. So for some of you, this could be the end of a relationship that you thought might never end. For others of you, you're probably sitting there and saying, no, it's just a little argument. But it's a little argument about something that is kind of weighty. And I see that as coming back to the Queen of Swords, and when Spirit said to say, to speak your mind, to speak your truth, to not bury it down within you, Aries, that's what has to be done. It's almost as if here it's a clearing of the air, and you're moving forward. You're taking all your knowledge or all your understanding, and you're saying, okay, I have to move on. I have to, embrace what it is that I want and move forward. Now, this could be at work. This could be in your personal life. This could be in so many places, because again, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But you're looking at a situation and you're saying, you know what, it's time to move on. For those of you where it's work, make sure that you gather up all your knowledge, all your understanding. Don't just sit there and say, Dane said that I should leave my job and I've been unhappy there forever, so I'm going to walk out now. No. Make sure you have things lined up. Make sure you have a plan. I'm a huge fan of a plan. So make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have things set up so that you can move forward in the way that you want to, in the way that you want to embrace the next phase of your life and the next bounty that is coming in. Because yet there's something that is just dragging you down, Aries, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. But you are sitting here and you're looking at things. Now you have the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups can represent a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio. Because it is here right now, I am feeling here from these cards, I'm seeing that there's a rift that is happening, as I said before, between somebody who is very, very close to you. And it could be something small. It could be just that you feel that the person is being extra snarky and you don't know how to take their words. And that could be where the Queen of Swords is coming in. Or there's something that you're wanting to start up that you're really super passionate about. There's something that you're really curious about. It doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be anything big like that. It could just be that you're starting to get interested in something and doing more research on the topic, finding out more information, looking at things, and they're not as supportive as you thought they would be. This is also, you might sit there and thinking about, changing jobs, broadening your horizons, sitting there and saying, you know what, I want to learn something new. I want to study. Some of you might be changing a course of studies, wanting to go back to school. I mean, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but it's something about expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, and you're not feeling as supported by this person as you once did. I do think that they either are a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, a Pisces, or they have a water sign somewhere in their chart. Now, if you're saying, no, Dane, they don't, then this is meaning that they're usually a very loving, very caring person who can help you not get pulled by the undertow of your emotions. But right now, their trouble is that they're getting pulled in by the undertow of their emotions. So there's a way for you to look at things. This is a way for you to gain understanding, to open up that communication and be able to sit there and say, you know, this is how I'm moving forward in my life. I really want you to be able to be there and support me. It does mean a lot to me. And kind of open up that dialogue between yourselves, because it's weighing you down. We have the 9 of Wands here. Whatever conflict this is from the support system, or it could be that you're even just, and I don't say just lightly, but you're feeling drowned within the emotions of the world around you. It's like you're picking up on everything too much and everything is hitting you too hard. So this is saying here that you need to step back. You need to balance your scales. You need to step back and make sure that you are moving in the direction that you want to be moving, not in kind of the direction that the undertow, that the water is taking you. Because if you see here, the water is very choppy. So that could mean an argument, a disagreement, but that could also mean that things are really becoming hard at this moment, and you're finding yourself being more sensitive. You're finding yourself taking words that you would usually just kind of roll off your back like a water on a duck's back. You're taking them to heart, and you're sitting there and you're going, why is this happening? Why can't I just like laugh it off, or something to that effect? And it's because there's healing that needs to be done. It's because those words are actually hitting a chord for you, Aries, that is cutting deep, and that you don't need right now. You don't need that added pressure. You don't need those added burdens on your life. So it's looking at things. It's finding that balance also within yourself, that masculine and feminine balance, that sense of being able to, and I'm saying these as quote unquote very atypical masculine and feminine identities. For me, the king is always about going out into the world, making a mark. For me, the queen is about, you know, embracing who you are, embracing yourself, making more a mark within your soul, and being more kind and caring and nurturing. And the king is more, you know what, we're just going to do it, we're going to get it done, kind of steps on people's toes and doesn't even realize it. So this is also a balance here that you are coming to for yourself, or you might even feel that you have to go against one nature in order to get what it is that you want. You might be more loving and more caring, because we do have the queen showing up here, the Queen of Swords, and now the Queen of Cups. And you might want to go about things at a gentler pace, a gentler nature here, but you have to have this king energy come through. You have to, they want you, and whomever this is, you know, wants you to sit there and say, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, this is exactly what I need, and that's it. So you are embracing that understanding, you are embracing that way of being, and you're finding that balance within yourself. For some of you, Aries, that is the way it's going to be. For others of you, it's feeling kind of adrift from a person who you were once really close to, and it's taking a toll. There's a sense here of you just feeling battered and bruised by the world around you, you needing to step back and sit there and say, okay, what is it that I truly want? Where is it that I'm going? How is it that I'm getting my reasoning? And not let every single blow hit so hard, because right now, we have you bandaged, we have you still trying to defend yourself, but the blows are hitting hard. And now it's time to sit there and say, okay, I need to put myself first. And this card, I always say, you need to step back, you need to put the wand back into the ground, and you need to keep on growing these wands, because these wands I'm seeing as saplings here. Keep on growing them till this is a nice, thick fence around you. So it would take time for saplings to grow, of course, but here, within the cards, this is talking about your confidence. This is talking about your passion. This is talking about not letting anything stop you and not letting people's hurtful words hold you back, because there is a level of sensitivity going on here, an emotional sensitivity that you might find a bit overwhelming, Aries, because you are so much of a doer. You are so much of a kind of grab the bull by the horn, go after what it is that you want. You have a fiery nature, and you're used to using that passion and using that fire to be able to bring to you exactly what it is that you desire. And right now, this is more about using your emotions, really sitting there and looking at things and looking deeper into things and having a truth with yourself about where it is that you're going, and having truthful conversations to those around you about what it is that you need from them. Now, either they'll listen or they won't listen, but that's up to them. That's now a them problem. That's not a you problem. This isn't for you to be internalizing and worrying over and feeling as if you have to fight and feeling as if, you have to just leave things behind. This is you knowing your mind, embracing your truth, and charging forward into the next phase of your existence, into the next step that is getting you to where it is that you want to be. And if you're heavy of heart and soul, Aries, there's going to be more stumbles along the way. So this is saying to release that tension and to embrace what it is that you want. Now, I'm not sitting there and saying to, gather everybody around you and have this big powwow, have this big conversation about what it is that you need, because that might really upset people because they might not be seeing things the same way. So for you to step back and say, okay, this is how I feel, and be open and honest with your emotions to yourself first, and then see how you want to address that to somebody else. Because you are having your passions open up, you are learning about what it is that you desire. This is almost a learning 11 days for you, Aries. You are sitting there, you are embracing your mind, you are balancing the scales. One of your clarifying cards, the Six of Pentacles, you are balancing the scales, you are finding out what it is that you need, you are looking at things more seriously, and you're saying, okay, I can't be giving all of my energy to places that aren't respecting it, and I can't be expecting people to recharge my battery when they're not there for me right now. So you're stepping back and you're balancing the scales. You're finding your balance within prosperity, within yourself. This is also saying if you are, for some of you, you're going to be working really, really hard, Aries. It's going to be taking up like all of your time. So for those of you, with that's where this rift is coming in, because you're not feeding your soul, you're not feeding what you love as much, but you're going after your passion and what it is that you think that you're supposed to be doing to get to where it is that you need to be. Stepping back and making sure that you have you time, making sure that you take care of yourself is not going to hinder you at all. It's actually really going to help. You're moving forward. You're embracing the unknown. Again, the number 6 is repeated here twice. So it might be 6 times that things have happened that you're sitting there and saying no more. It might be, the 6th day that you really start to see change coming in. It might be, 6 tries before you get something right. 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. There is something that has been going on for a count of 6 right now. I do feel that you are sitting there and saying, you know what, it's time to move on. It's time to take all my knowledge, all my understanding, and really start to change this game. And I'm going to be the one who does it. I'm going to be the one who takes the first step to getting the prosperity, the bounty, the abundance that I want. And the angels are guiding you as you do that. The angels are right there with you saying, yeah, you know what? It is your time. Kind of, again, that taking the bull by the horns and really going forward and embracing that the only person that is going to change your life is you, and embracing that change. Now, for some of you, you're going to be switching jobs because where you once were, you don't like it. Or you're going to be looking at new jobs, new places to work. For some of you, you might be thinking of, going back to school, adding some sort of level to your studies. It could be that you are looking at things and you're adding, you want to add an extra skill on, or you want to take extra classes that your work is offering in order to help you get a promotion or something to that effect. Do it. It is actually going to be super beneficial. Just make sure that as you're going after these goals, as you're embracing your mind and what it is that you want, that you aren't letting your personal life fall away, because that could be what I'm seeing here with the King and Queen of Swords, that what you love, what it is that you desire, what it is that recharges your energy and keeps kind of the craziness at the world at bay might be suffering because of how hard you're working and how focused you are. You have here the the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, you're cutting through doubts and fears. You are kind of defending your queen. You're defending your right to be independent and to speak your mind and to be who it is that you are. And I always see this as also kind of my White Knight card, that person who comes in at the exact right moment to kind of save the day. And I think that's what you are embracing right here, right now. Even though there are struggles, even though there are strifes, you are being that White Knight to your family. You're being that White Knight to yourself. You're coming in and you're saving things. You're cutting through, again, doubts and fears and ways that, things that are bringing disharmony into your life, and you are charging forward. This is saying to think things through before you keep on charging, because you know your mind, you know what it is that you want so much that you might kind of forget the details a little bit or overlook the details in your excitement. Make sure that you're looking at the details. Make sure that you're thinking everything through. Okay. Give me just one moment here. You are embracing something about yourself, Aries. Some sort of study, some sort of understanding. You are going to be getting messages from the divine, from the universe. They're going to be things that are small, like seeing a repeat of numbers can be one way of seeing it. Seeing your favorite flowers, seeing a sign from something that makes you think of someone, that makes you know that they're kind of thinking, someone who has passed, and makes you know that they're thinking of you. That could also be the case here. There's some sort of message that you're going to be getting that helps you know that you're on the right path, because you're broadening your horizons and you're looking at things differently. There is a healing that needs to go on between either you and someone who you really love, who you're having this rift with. You feel as if you two are kind of drifting apart. It could be that you actually had this argument and you're sitting there and you feel as if you've taken all your knowledge and now you have to leave. Now you have to start all over again. There is some talking that needs to be done here. If you can't talk, then there is some healing within your soul and yourself that definitely has to be addressed before you move on, because this is going to weigh very heavily on you. There's almost a rift here. It could also be a rift between, you're going out there, you're studying, you're learning, you're expanding your horizons, and now you're not having as much time for love and for yourself and for your family. If you have a family, remember this is a general reading, so it could also be your friends, people who are dearest to you. You're not just having that time for that, so you're not feeling as energized as you once did. Make sure you make that time, even if it's just for a little bit every single day, or not every single day, maybe even once in these 11 days. Make sure somehow you make that time to have your battery recharged and to be able to move forward. You are walking away from something you once thought you would love that isn't working anymore, but that you gained the knowledge. That's why you're taking on these studies. That's why you're expanding your horizons. That's why you're looking at things differently, Aries, to be able to move forward. You are leaving something behind. This is something that if you carried it with you, it is going to be like a noose around your neck. All right? It is going to be something that pulls you down and keeps you from where it is that you want to be. Your angels are guiding you. They're carrying the heaviest load, even though at times you might not think that they're carrying anything. Do not let the words of others, do not let the actions of others impact you so much, because you know what? It's not your problem, it's their problem. And that is something that I myself fight with almost daily, to sit there and not take people's words to heart. And if you see me a certain way, you know what? People can only see in you what they expect to see. So if they're seeing hateful things, then maybe that means that they're a hateful person. So this is saying here to step back. Instead of defending yourself, step back and let these trees grow and let them defend you. Let them be your barrier between yourself and the outside world, because you're already battered and bruised enough. You have been through enough, Aries. You do not need to keep on fighting in order for everybody to see that what you're doing is really coming from a place of discovery, coming from a place of love, coming from a place of understanding. If they can't see it, then it's just time for them to move on. There's a sense here of you cutting through doubts and fears, knowing your mind, knowing what it is that you want, embracing your truth. Things are going to have to be balanced. Make sure that you are balancing the scales. Make sure you're not giving all your attention to something that you are attempting to achieve and that you will be achieving. But make sure that it's not taking all your attention so that you forget your home life. You forget to take care of your heart and yourself and your soul. Keeping your independence is absolutely important. I cannot state that enough. And to realize, Aries, that you are smarter than you give yourself credit for. You're moving forward. You are taking all your knowledge, all your understanding, and you're going into the unknown. The angels are blessing you. It's your time to embrace what it is that you want and to discover what it is that is. There is a sense of being your own saving grace here. Coming in and knowing your mind and knowing what it is that you want and charging forward to it. Just make sure that you think everything out, because as you embrace the changes that are coming, you want to make sure that you've lined everything up like dominoes so that it can all be knocked down and you can have the prosperity, the bounty, the joy, the abundance that you want in your life and have nothing stop you. Your subconscious message is the 9 of Swords. You're worried. This is saying to stop that worry. Not stop the worry, because you can't stop worrying, but you can sit there and say, okay, there's nothing I can do with it at this time. This is not letting your emotions drown you. Okay? This is understanding your heart and your desire to kind of be in the outside world, for people to see you and have those come together in a harmony. This is looking at things. This is feeling overwhelmed. This could be also that you have so many ideas, you have so much that you have to do that you just can't focus. So This is saying to get plenty of sleep, to make sure that you rest. You're not this person in rumpled bedclothes. Right now, you're being astoundingly hard on yourself. You're not this person in rumpled bedclothes. You're this person moving forward in success. Even our failures are part of our successes. Because if you do not fail, Aries, you would never know how much you wanted something, and you'd never know the extent of your abilities and the absolute glory of the achievements that are going to be coming your way as you keep at what it is that you desire, as you keep working hard, as you keep on being yourself. So don't sit there and see your failures as if, okay, I'm never going to get there, I'm never going to do this. See your failures as steps getting you in the direction that you want to be. You know what you don't want now, you know it doesn't work, but you are getting to where it is that you want to be. So do not let them weigh you down. Do not let them rob your sleep, rob your rest, and take away your bounty, because you are moving forward in bounty and prosperity. There are just some things here that kind of need to be aired out. There's conversations that need to be had, and there's a sense of having this balance in your life for what it is that you love. All right, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, it was an absolute pleasure reading for you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness, and may harmony be with you. Bye.